All right. So let's start ranking. We'll do bake first. I'm trying to think of all the lights. And both of them are S tier. So I put bake in S tier because let's pull them up in the thing. He has this insane breaking, like break light, break heavy, break medium on his QTE, switch in skill when you're actually using him. I think even your assist skill has break. Your ult decreases the boss's defense by 20% on top of doing insane damage. And then deals on top of this, then also deal violent explosion damage equal to 400% of defense. So your ult literally does the damage, then does more damage, and then also decreases defense. So that's why I put bake up here. It's just and then the more dupes you get, the better he gets at breaking, the better the more damage he does. Like I think his just one dupe makes his skill 2 do 150% more damage. So you literally do 3 times more damage with your skill 2, on top of all that one being the heavy break skill as well. Dupes go insane, but like usually you'll really only need one dupe. Like, so this is the next character I'm gonna be putting in S tier. Choi, which is the current rate up banner, but on release we're gonna have a different character from what they said during the press showcase. So if you're watching this during the press show or after the May release, we're gonna have a different character. So this could change, but for now, yeah. Then I'm gonna put Choi here. Choi right now is a current rate up banner, and even then, actually, he would probably go to the default banner because there's a selector. So you could probably still put him as a selector character. There's only 2 fire character options, and both are best tier characters. Both are super strong, but both are obviously used for different things. He can't crit, so it's like easy, but also harder to use him to gear him. In the beginning, it's easier because you just need it. He gets like 40% more. I think he gets like 40% more attack from his bonus from his passive. That makes it so he can't crit. He has like defense down in his kit. His ult resets the cooldown of both his skills. Gives you defense penetration and after you ult and more attack percentage. So he's like super easy to like crit, or super easy to do damage with. Super easy to build. Has insane AoE damage, ranged, fire, which is right now like what I also base the reroll tier list on, like what you kind of want to go for, because I'll show it right now. Your farming stages, this is later in the game, but you'll get like these ones. Fire and water are good in this one, and light or dark are good. While now I can do this one. All right, there you go, I can show it. Dark is better in this one, right? I think it's still, yeah, Sung Jin Woo stage, while dark is the only thing good here. And actually, it's resistant to wind, which is actually not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be light and dark, but I think it's only one boss. Oh, that makes sense. This is 2 different bosses, so that's why it's 2 different colors. While this is one boss is Igris, and it's only weak to dark damage. The early farming stages you'll do as well, dark, another important one, and fire. So you always see, and then water. This is when you get to the higher tiers. These are automatically start at a higher tier threshold, but this is how you get automatically level 45. It's like level 40 minimum for even a white, which is higher than a gold of what you would get from here. And every level of a rarity always goes up by 5. And then so this one is light. So to get helmet and chest piece, you need light. And then for the boots and gloves, you need water. And then obviously for the already younger one, for the lower, for people who are starting the game and stuff like that, you'll be farming this one. You need a dark, and then you need fire for the other one, obviously of what it drops. So that's why I'm putting a lot of light, dark, and fire and water units higher than the priority of anyone who's just like the wind one. I think wind is the only one that kind of gets screwed here, so I'm gonna put him there just for that, because he's still great he's still insane. He's the only wind SSR we have currently, and he's insane damage. Like he does crazy damage, even if he's not boosted by the actual thing or a stage needs him. He does insane damage. So that's awesome. I mean, he's like a really popular character. I mean, like, is it Dong Suk? I'm pretty sure is his name. Make sure I don't butcher his name. Dong Su. I think Dong Suk is his brother. Yeah. So it's Huang Dong Su. But he's sick. Voiced by Yami as well. So if you want to pull for him, if you love Yami or love characters voice the people that he voices, there you go. You put him right here. She is S tier for sure. Like, she just does insano damage while being a tank, while having insane break, while this getting tons of stat boosts from her like passive, and then you get even more stat boosts from getting more dupes of her passive. So, oh, what the heck? Sorry. Oh my, it's caught on my back. Dang it! It's caught on my chair. I was like, what? I was like, someone. I was like, is that someone behind me? Now my headset's caught. But yeah, so that's why she's just insane. Like, you look at her base skills, it's like everything's just really good. She even applies burn, so she helps people who need people to be burning. So like her core attack burns. She does more damage if they're burning. So whoever puts burn, but boosts her skills, so then that helps her. When this skill hit, it burns. So when you do her QTE skill, she swaps in, it burns. So that's another way to apply burning. So she's probably burning through everything. Her heat emission thing. So if you have heat absorption, every time you left click, do any skill except for this one, you apply heat absorption. And at 5 stacks, you have 7.7%, 7.77% increased defense. At 10 stacks, you recover HP equal to 7.77% of damage taken. At 15 stacks, applies a shield equal to 7.777 of the user's max HP, and it lasts for 15 seconds. And then when you pop your skill 2, it absorbs all those stacks, and based on the stacks and the amount of stacks you absorbed at each threshold, it applies a new effect. At 5 stacks, increases the user's defense penetration by 7.7%. At 10 stacks, increases the user's fire damage by 7.7%. And at 15 stacks, the heat emission effect now applies to your entire team, right? So now if you got 15 stacks, popped your skill 2, while skill 2's proccing, you swap in Choi, right? Now your Choi will literally do what? 7.7% more damage. Also, he will have 7.7% more defense pen as well. I think over here with dupes, oh, when heat emission is used, right? So that means when this, if you have the 15 stacks and this effect also goes to your whole team, you give heat absorption to your whole team. So that means they get all this stuff too. They'll get the 7.7% of the shield. They'll get the heal of the damage taken. Then they'll also get increased defense as well. So she's just insane. And then when you get her at max dupes, if you keep going, like get the break, get more break damage, all that, when the target enters the break state, like when you put somebody in break state because of her, resets the cooldown of all her skills. Her core gauge gets refilled to 100%, so you can use your core attack. Both these skills get refreshed, and it gives you a power gauge, right? It gives you power gauge, which is just your ultimate, the ultimate meter, right? So your ult gets refreshed even if you just used it, right? Right, if you use your ult, it uses all of your power gauge, and your ult goes on cooldown. And then if you use your ult right before they get broken, and then you use skill 2, now they... Sorry, my dog. Now you do 70% and reset your ult. Then you hit ult again, so she could double ult. I think she's the only character in the whole game that could literally double ult. That is crazy. Right now, I think she's like Actually, let me do it like this. There you go. She's triple S. Everybody else is just S. Everybody else is good because you need them, or and their kit's good. Like him, he does insane damage. I would almost put him there. When I looked at his dupes, though, it's like he does get better with time. Everybody gets better with time. Every single one of these characters, even the SRs, get better with time. But you don't need him. You only need him for the sole fact that you need a dark DPS. His ult is insane, though. So if you get one copy of him, you're chilling. You don't need multiple copies of him, so which is great, you know. But like, it's like she's great on like immediately, great with one dupe, insane with two dupes, even better with three dupes. Like it literally like scales, like it goes up like 100% increase of like effectiveness every time she gets a dupe, while other people get like 50%. I don't know what it is. Like her stuff is insane. They were like, oh, she's our original character. We're going all out with her. Like we want people to like her more than the characters who are already established in the story. That's what they did with her. But yeah, he's insane. His ult makes it so you can your auto attacks get buffed, so they can like they shoot pretty much an ultimate every auto attack. Um, and then obviously it's improving your auto attack. So if you get auto attack increase, like the auto attack increase set that you get later on in the game in the harder stages that I showed you, that you had to use the light and the water units to farm, then you can get even more damage out of them. And you could do this crazy every time you use this skill one, it uses his core skill, and that set when you get the four sets are mandatory in this game. You can't like two sets are only good when you're barely starting the game. Four sets is like how you do it. All the four sets are insane. They really did that on purpose. The four set is every time you use your core attack, you charge 60 of your core attack. You only need 100 core attack to use it, right? Everybody. So when they get to 100 core attack, it automatically you just could use your core attack again. So you it's like you core attack, right? You want to core attack first, then skill one, then you skill one core attacks, then you core attack again, then you skill one, because then you core attack, and it's like you just keep doing it over and over. You do like 6-7 core attacks, and then that probably charges your ult so fast you probably just ult before, you know. Actually, I'll put them like at the top of this. I'll rank this in order of like how important they are. He's at the like back of importance. Like he does not. Honestly, when I'm looking at it, like he does not equal her. But right now with the event, you could pull him and his like get his like weapon for free. So it'll make it easier to gear. I'm putting him here. Because you get him free from login. It's not that he's a bad character. That it's just you get him literally for free from login, and I'm making a reroll tier list. Maybe like in a like by before right before release, I'll make like a full actual like who's better than who's this. When I actually have them all, I'll get him for free from the login. Um, but you literally get him for free from login, so I'm not gonna like talk about it. I don't have him because I'm just waiting. She's a dark buffer. So she buffs she still buffs your own damage, buffs Sung Jin Woo's damage if you're on the break stage and then like at the end when all the units come in to help you, and she pops out on the ground, still buffs Sung Jin Woo. And then mainly it's a skill, so you want to use it's her skill 2, so it doesn't use as assist. But it's a skill 2, so it's like when you're using her, then you have him, or you have Kang, or you have Dong Suk, like it will still buff them. So you buff herself with it, then you swap in with them, and then you do all their skills, then you swap out, and then come back to her, and she can. It's just like crazy damage you can pump out with her. So she's really good. I don't know how she scales better than him because he's just insane damage. He does insane damage, insane break, is ranged. On top of that, has like feels like look what it looks like faster auto attacks in her because she's a mage. She's not meant to be auto attacking. She's meant to just get tons of skills off and swap out. So that's what she's really meant to do. And he has so much evasion because of his skill 1. This guy is definitely higher on the priority list. And these guys, he's the support. He heals your team, but it's not like their supports right now are like really like, oh my god, like they're just healing my team to full HP every time I pop them. They're more of like buffers. Like he buffs, like even though he like, it's because like their healing skills off their HP, and like like it's so minuscule the amount of healing you will get from their skills, both him and Juhi, that it's like it doesn't even matter. You're getting them because he buffs your team's damage. He when you use him in assist, they and even as a normal unit, he makes them take more damage and like all this stuff. That's why you're using him. You're not using him because he's like pumping your heals in your team. I honestly like when I looked at it, I thought when you get gear on it, he's definitely better as a healer than her. But for now, he's not a healer. For first and foremost, he's like a hardcore buffer. And with him, you could definitely get through some cheesy fights with him because sometimes you're just missing that little bit of damage, and maybe your assist character is not geared. He doesn't even need to be geared. When you pop in as an assist on like a hard stage with Sung Jin Woo, you just need him to make that boss take 15% more damage so that your Sung Jin Woo can do all the damage. But yeah, and then she's the only water SSR, and she's an original character, and they like kind of like also overtuned her kit, but I'm not sure how it fully like stacks out. She can pretty much like spam her skills over and over again. She gives herself a shield. All of her skills are super armor, which helps a lot. Her core attack doesn't, but both her main skills have super armor. Or even her assist gives your entire team a shield, or gives Sung Jin Woo a shield. Her ult implies airborne, so then when you ult and then you could still like knock them up and do extra damage with that QTE skill in there in air. I think it's like that's actually good. When she recovers her own mana, that's actually really good. Increases break damage. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of break units. Increases the user's heavy attack lightning kick break damage by 50%. On top of increasing her own or overall break damage, then increases the damage of that thing by triple damage. That's just okay. The critical hit rate and skill damage of heavy attack, water dragon rush, heavy attack, lightning kick, which is these two moves, and then lethal move, which I think is her ult. Yeah, so she increases the ult by 32%. Okay, so yeah, all of those get buffed by 32%, which is good. Oh, the critical hit rate and skill damage. Oh, okay, critical hit rate and skill damage. Okay, yeah, all of her dupes are good. So she does get really good over time. So yeah, I'll keep her right here. She doesn't get insane like this character, and she doesn't insane like right out the gate, but she definitely gets insane over time too. And characters I'll probably put in A, like characters like her SR that you definitely want on your account to like be like, okay, did I get Emma plus this or this plus this or whatever, right? Probably, oh shoot, her Song is free, literally free. So I'm not gonna put them on there. Song and Juhi are free, so I'm not gonna put them on there. I'll put like at the top. Song is a really good fire DPS though. Kang, because it's really hard to get dark DPS, to be honest. Like I went the whole time through a lot of stages where I really could have used them, and I even like had to farm without dark units on that dark thing until I finally made it to the better stages without a dark unit. Like I had this guy right here, and I was just not pumping enough damage. So I just said, screw it. I'm just gonna use Emma, Choi, and I used Dongsu, the wind unit. I didn't even bother using a dark unit because I was like, this guy's just not enough. Kim Chol, like straight up, like I'm gonna put him in S tier, bro. Like Kim Chol is like crazy. Kim Chol has crazy break. It's a gigantic zone that reduces all damage by 32% and constantly gives anybody inside of it a shield. So nobody dies when Kim Chol is on your team. Like if people are dying, like at that point, it's more so you just need damage on your team. But Kim Chol, and he does like great damage. And his skill, you use skill 1 and then into skill 2, and then while you're doing skill 2, you just QTE swap out. And then he'll still do the skill 2 and like stun. He has a lot of stuns too, tons of stuns. She has tons of freezes. Freezes are OP because they just freeze a boss in midair. Like they could freeze a boss like up at the sky ceiling. The problem about this character though, like for normal freezes, there's like a weird little immunity after getting hit by the first freeze. Stuns, I don't think there's like an immunity after getting hit by the first stun from what I've seen, but there is one for a freeze. And Except for the SSR weapon, it's like 100% chance that it will always freeze, and while the entire duration of it's hitting, and then it will last. Obviously, the debuff will end after. Another SR. Oh yeah, she's a great wind DPS. She has a move where she pops this like AOE kind of like in front and around herself, and then in that you have your other skill, which is a giant tornado that literally just sucks everything into the middle, and it will pull it into your other skill. So you usually always want to pop the AoE skill, then while that's going and doing damage, you pop the tornado and pull them all into it, and then her ult is a giant pull in tornado as well. So then you could swap into another character, so everybody's already grouped, and then you just do big damage. So she's actually really really good, and she just gets better with dupes from what I've seen. I think everybody else is kind of just like there. I mean, they're cool. With dupes are better. But like, yeah, those are all the characters, and SRs included. So I just put like the SRs here at the end of each one. SR, 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 and SR. And everyone else is SSRs. That's harder to get from pulling, obviously. But yeah, there you go. That's the reroll tier list. Good luck.